If you think training traps makes your physique worse, you're telling me right now that this physique looks better than this. I stopped training traps, and this is what happened. Now, there seems to be a long debate going on, right? This has been a debate that's, lasted for years. Should you train traps or should you not, right? I stopped training traps, so I think I can speak on training traps versus not training traps. It seems like everyone falls into the propaganda. Does traps ruin your aesthetics? Does not having traps make you more aesthetically pleasing? When people talk about aesthetically pleasing, they talk about guys like David Lade, right? David Lade isn't someone who has, the biggest traps, right? He talked about in his old videos how, his just genetics aren't, trap dominant. So I think because people like his physique and like gravitate towards him, and they're like, oh, he doesn't have traps. Look how aesthetic he is. So I think this is where it kind of started. Guys like David Lade, guys who aren't genetically blessed with traps. For me, I've always had pretty decent traps, right? I thank my dad for that. My dad's traps are insane. Like his traps never even made sense with the rest of his physique. Like he's someone who had to stop training traps because they grow pretty quickly, just like mine, right? I stopped training traps because I was like, wait, my traps kind of overpower the rest of my physique. And so sometimes when I notice that, I just stop training them because like I don't want to have that unbalanced look. Now, when it comes to not having traps, let me just show you what I look like without traps, right? This is when I stopped training it. This is when I stopped training traps. As you can see, I'm standing here with Tristan Lee, posing with Tristan Lee. Physique is pretty good. I'm lean, he's lean, but I don't have traps. I stopped training traps. Now, I'm gonna pause it right here. I wanna point out my neck area. Look how long my neck looks, right? Look how long my neck looks. And then now look at me now. You can clearly see the difference. My neck looks extremely long. Now you're telling me that this makes your physique more aesthetic, having an extreme long skinny neck? Right? I promise you, with clothes on, I don't even look like I work out. And that's the problem with not having traps. With not having traps, you don't even look like you lift, right? There's this guy who, I come across his content every once in a while. I had absolutely no idea that he had a good physique because in his videos, it's like a talking head videos. You don't see he doesn't have traps, right? I didn't even know he worked out. I was like, he always talks about fitness content, but I just thought he just enjoyed the content. And then one day he showed his physique and I was just so surprised to know that he had a physique like that. And like, that's the thing with clothes on, you don't look like you work out at all. Not everybody's blessed with massive arms. I don't think I have the biggest arms. I think my arms are okay, right? Could be better. If you look at me, you could tell that I work out, but especially because of my traps. No matter what I wear, you're going to see my traps. Absolutely. There's no way around hiding my traps. I could wear the biggest pump cover and you're still going to see my traps. Sometimes I'm like, all right, let me wear a baggy, like the baggiest shirt I have so people don't ask me about fitness when I go out. And it still happens because there's no hiding it, right? There's no hiding it. On top of traps, right? I think traps make your physique more aesthetic. I think traps make your physique more masculine. The traps, in my humble opinion, is the most masculine muscle on a guy. A guy with large traps, like there's nothing more dominant. There's nothing more masculine than having big traps. After traps, I would say probably arms or shoulders. But the traps is the thing that you see first, right? This is the thing that sits on the head. Right, your head sits on your neck and your traps, right? This is the thing that protects your head, protects your neck, right? A guy with big traps, like you're like, okay, this is someone I'm not going to mess with, right? Automatically, versus someone with a pencil neck, this guy is more of a target. This guy seems like more of an easy target because like he looks weaker, right? The traps is where it's at, man. I'm telling you, I stopped training traps because at the time I also believed that it ruined your aesthetics until I stopped doing it. Until I realized that when I look at pictures of myself, I don't even look like I work out, right? Nobody knows I work out until I take off my shirt. Interesting. Like if that's the physique that you want. So look, I'm gonna show you another example. This is an example with me also being just as lean as the first example, but I train traps. As you can see, I have traps here. right? As you can see, I'm extremely lean with traps. This gives you a different overall effect. This looks 10 times better just by the traps alone, right? Like you don't even realize how much your traps affect your overall physique, right? If you want that masculine dominant look, you have to train traps. You have to. For some reason, I never see anyone at my gym training traps. I've been going there for what, 5 years? And maybe I probably saw 5 people total training traps. I'm just like, it's just a hidden gem that people don't realize that they can grow if they actually train it hard, depending on your genetics also, but they will grow. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. The things I want for myself are the same things I want for you guys.